In a quiet little town between gentle hills and whispering trees, there lived a curious 2-year-old boy named Keegan. He was the kind of boy who noticed the way the wind carried secrets through the leaves and how the sun painted gold on the floor each morning. His favorite place in the world was the soft corner of his room by the window, where he would sit with his plush dinosaur and dream of adventures. But lately, something was different in the air. His mom's belly had grown round and full like the moon, and everywhere he turned, people kept saying things like, "You're going to be a big brother, and are you excited to meet the baby?" They said it with such wide smiles, but Keegan wasn't quite sure how he felt. Was being a big brother like being a superhero? Would he need to protect someone small? Would the baby like him? Would mom and dad still have time for bedtime stories and pancakes on Saturdays? One chilly evening, as the sky turned lavender and the stars began to blink awake, Mom sat beside Keegan by the window. "Do you want to feel him?" she asked, taking his little hand and placing it gently on her belly. Keegan held his breath. Thump, thump. There it was, a tiny kick, soft but sure, like a secret knock from someone waiting just outside the world. "What's he doing in there?" Keegan whispered. "Waiting," Mom smiled. "Just like you." The days went by slowly, like the pages of a storybook turned one by one. Keegan helped Mom fold little clothes, line up tiny socks, and pick out stuffed animals. He drew pictures for the baby and taped them on the wall next to the crib. One drawing showed 2 boys, one big, one small, riding on a dragon made of clouds. "What's his name gonna be?" Keegan asked one afternoon. Mom looked at Dad, and they both smiled. "We've chosen the name Kamyar. It means successful and blessed. We hope he'll grow up feeling strong and lucky, just like you." Keegan whispered the name to himself all evening. Cam, Cam. It felt soft and light, like a feather in the wind. Then, one starless night, Keegan woke up to the sound of soft voices and hurried footsteps. Dad scooped him up gently. "It's time," he whispered. "Your little brother is ready to meet the world." Keegan's heart beat like a little drum. He clung to his plush dinosaur and watched from the window as Mom and Dad disappeared into the night. Hours passed, and then morning came, with golden sunlight, birdsong, and the most beautiful sound in the world, the cry of a newborn. When Dad brought Keegan to the hospital, his hands felt shaky, and his heart felt too big for his chest. He tiptoed into the room, and there, wrapped in a blanket the color of clouds, was Kamyar. Tiny, fragile, real. Mama smiled, her eyes tired but glowing. "Come meet your little brother." Keegan crept forward and peeked into the bundle. Kamyar's eyes were closed, his face soft and new like rose petals. He had the faintest little smile, like he knew a secret and was waiting to share it. Keegan leaned in closer. "Hi, Kamyar," he whispered. "I'm your big brother." Kamyar shifted slightly, and for a moment, it looked like he tried to reach out. Just a flicker of a tiny hand moving toward Keegan. Keegan's eyes filled with tears, not the sad kind, the kind that come when your heart is full to the edges. "He's so cool," he said softly. "I didn't know I could like someone so much so quickly." Mama reached out and held Keegan's hand. "You were born to be his brother." From that day on, everything felt different, but in the best way. Keegan became the protector of pacifiers, the reader of lullabies, the maker of silly faces. He told Kamyar stories about dragons and talking trees and brave big brothers who always watched over the little ones. Each night, before bed, he whispered to Kamyar, "I was waiting for you, you know, just like you were waiting for me." And sometimes, when Kamyar opened his eyes and looked at Keegan, really looked, Keegan could have sworn the stars were a little closer. One night, everything shifted. Keegan leaned in and softly said, "I'll be here no matter what, even when you're big like me, even when you don't need a lullaby anymore." Kamyar, barely a few weeks old, let out a tiny breathy sigh, his little hand curling around Keegan's finger. The stars outside twinkled, but Keegan didn't notice. He was too busy watching Kamyar sleep, feeling something settle deep in his heart. Not just love, but a promise. A promise to walk with him through every first day, every scraped knee, every adventure.